Again, this is your boy, Big D. Thank you for joining in. Live on TikTok, live on YouTube. What's going on, people? What is going on? Had a great sports weekend, man. Lots of good college football that was going on this weekend, man. Lots of good college football, lots of good pro football. It was just a good football weekend. You know what I mean? Just a good football weekend. So let's dive into it. But at first, as always, Monday through Friday, live on TikTok, live on YouTube, Big B Daily Show, 4 p.m. Central Time. Thank you guys for joining in. If you're on TikTok, keep tapping the screen. Keep tapping the screen. 3,500 likes minimum. And we need at least 30 new follows. So if you're in here and not following, please give me a follow. And then come on over to YouTube. Click the YouTube link in my bio and come on over to YouTube, man. Come on over. You get a lot of access to stuff. You get access to podcasts. You get access to interviews. You get access to Fantasy Football Guy, my hot soup fantasy football guy that comes in here every Wednesday. You get access to that. You get access to LTB Sports. A lot of content on there. So come on over, man. Come on over. So let's get into this. Let's dive in. First things first. The Baltimore Ravens are the number one football team in the National Football League. The Baltimore Ravens are the best team in the league. Now, look, y'all know me. I'm a diehard Steeler fan. And that's tough for me to say. But look what the Ravens just did the last 2 weeks to not one, but two teams in the NFC that people are talking about being some of the best teams in the NFC. They destroyed them. Just blew them out. So, man. And somebody over on TikTok saying, no, it's the Kansas City Chiefs. Do you even watch football? Come on, man. Come on. But, man, did the Ravens blow out the Lions and the Seahawks. Just ugly. Whew. Just blew them out. So, my question is, where do you all have, and just let me know, where do you guys have Lamar in the MVP race? Is he doing enough to be the MVP as of yet? So I don't know. I mean, their defense, the Ravens defense is playing crazy. So the Ravens defense is playing crazy. Yes, my man Gwendo. The Ravens D is on fire. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. But, I mean, Lamar didn't have to do a lot yesterday, but against the Lions, he was outstanding. So, as of today, I think Lamar wins the MVP. Now, a lot can change. There's a lot of football left to be played. So they don't hand out awards, in mid-season. But as of today, I think Lamar Jackson is the MVP of the league. What do you guys think? So he doesn't stat pad enough to win. I think people are past that. I get what you're saying, but I think people are past that. So the Chiefs defense is better than the Ravens. Again, somebody that's not watching football. And that doesn't mean the Chiefs defense ain't good. Because I think the Chiefs defense is a top 4, top 3 defense in the league. But the Ravens is first. So you got to stop. And Patrick Mahomes is not the MVP of the league. Come on, people. Come on. Jiminy Christmas. Come on now. We got to be serious. So we got to be serious. I love me some Patrick Mahomes. But Jiminy Christmas, he's not the MVP of the league. Not to this point. Again, a lot of football to be played. Lot of football. Chiefs D might be top 10. You don't watch football then, do you? Because there ain't no way the Chiefs defense is 10th best. It's much higher than that. Ask Tyreek Hill how good the Chiefs defense is. Go ask him. And that was somebody that people were talking about putting him in the MVP category. How did he do yesterday? So, oh, well, just throwing it out there. And yeah, my Steelers won. We won on Thursday. So, all right. Let's move on, people. Let's move on. A lot of people talking nonsense in here. Let's move on. So, let's move on. Bengals. Are the Bengals hitting on all cylinders? I say yeah. I say the Bengals are the Ravens are first. I think you got an argument to say that the Bengals are the third or fourth best team in the league right now. I don't say second or maybe fourth. You got to put Philly up there, and you got to put the Chiefs up there. After that, I mean, how could you say Buffalo when Cincinnati just beat? I'm not responding to you anymore. I apologize. We got somebody that doesn't watch football that's talking on TikTok. I apologize. But yeah, 49ers are not top four. The 49ers are not top four. But the Bengals, the way they're playing right now, easily the fourth best team in the league. Easily. And the Jags may be fifth. That's an interesting conversation. But the Bengals are hitting on all cylinders right now. Joe Burrow looks like he's healthy. So I don't know, man. I like where the Bengals are headed. We knew that they were going to get better once Burrow got healthy, and their defense was still going to be really good. That defense is playing great. The offense is coming around. They did it yesterday, and Buffalo just said, Jamar Chase, you are not going to beat us. We are not going to allow you to beat us. And they beat them anyway. So, I think the Bengals are four. You could maybe flip-flop the Bengals and Jags because the Jags are playing really well too. So you could probably flip those. So sleeper teams, man, that's a good question. And you all can help me and let me know sleeper teams. One sleeper team that nobody's talking about might be Minnesota. If Minnesota, if y'all look at their schedule, if Dobbs is the starter, they might be able to win. Of their next 7 games, they could win 5 of those, which would put them right in the thick of the NFC playoffs, right in the middle of it. I think the Jets have to be a sleeper team just because their defense is so good. I don't know if you'd say the Steelers are a sleeper team. We still got some things to do. Who else? The Texans, possibly. I don't think the Browns are a sleeper team either because the Browns are good. So I don't. Their defense is really good. I don't think the Browns are a sleeper. And I'm so disappointed in the Seattle Seahawks, though. Oh my goodness, I am so disappointed in the Seattle Seahawks. It was fine to lose to the Ravens yesterday, but the way they got beat, it was despicable. Just despicable. I mean, like I said, it's fine to lose, but to get your head beaten in like that, you should be ashamed of yourself. The Texans are a sleeper, says my man Austin over here on YouTube. Let Stroud throw that thing and see what happens. Yeah, you're right. The Texans could be a sleeper. And the Texans play decent defense. So, decent defense. So we'll see what happens. Those are good sleeper teams, man. Good sleeper teams. Now let's move on. Again, as a reminder, if you're on TikTok, please continue to tap the screen. Let's just get a goal of 8,000 likes. We already smashed the likes that we need. And if you're not following, please give me a follow on TikTok. Click on the YouTube link in my bio and jump on over to YouTube, man. Chat is better. Have a lot going on. Podcast, interviews, Hot Soup Fantasy Football, our fantasy football guru. Let's Talk Ball. All those good things are on the Big B Sports Talk page on YouTube. Come on over, man. Come on over. So let's talk the Cowboys. Let's talk the Cowboys. Who thinks, and let me just phrase this differently. Do you think that the Cowboys should have won that game yesterday? Because personally, I think the Cowboys should have won the game. I think the Cowboys should have won the football game, but they gave it away. Now, how they gave it away, I don't agree with what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people are blaming Dak. I don't blame Dak. Like, for instance, on that 2-point conversion, people are blaming Dak. Oh, well, don't step out of bounds. Do you know how many people accidentally step out of bounds diving for the pylon in the end zone? How many people do that? And nobody blames them for diving for the pylon. Yet when it's Dak, people want to blame him. He shouldn't have stepped out of bounds. The man stepped out of bounds by 3 inches, and you're blaming him for diving for the end zone. I don't understand that. I don't get it. People are blaming him for getting sacked. I'm like, did y'all watch the game? He had no time to set up. I mean, Steele was getting embarrassed by Hassan Reddick and Montez Sweat. Just embarrassed. I mean, Dak was not the problem. I don't know what people keep saying. Dak was not the problem. Dak was fine yesterday. Dak was fine yesterday. And if Dak plays like that, the Cowboys are going to do some damage in the playoffs. The Cowboys are going to do some damage in the playoffs. So my man Kevin K, Dak looked really, and I'm assuming good. Dak was fine. So, but what I don't want to hear is how the refs gave the Eagles the game. I'm not trying to hear that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. People are whining and belly. Hear my man, James Richards. All year, refs have been worse. And I get it. They have. But what I don't want to hear, oh, they tackled the tight end before the end zone. Do you know whose fault that was? How about you run your route a half yard deeper into the end zone? How about you do that? You run your route a half yard deeper like you're supposed to, and it's a touchdown. But you didn't, and so you landed a yard short. Not even a yard short, like 2 inches short. Whose fault is that? My man Vincent Gonzalez. Dak played a hell of a game. Can Micah get a holding call? Here we go. P.I. on Gilmore was, here we go, was bull crap. Tackled our tight end at the goal line. You're making excuses, Vincent. You're making excuses. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Excuses don't win you football games. Here's a guy I blame, McCarthy. My man Christopher Polanco. I blame McCarthy. If they had kicked the field goal on 4th and goal, then they would have only needed a field goal at the end. There you go. Kick the field goal. Kick the field goal. If you trust your defense that much, kick the field goal. So, I don't get it. I don't get it. And like I said, the Cowboys were the better football team, but you got to make the plays, man. You got to make the plays. You gave it away. Got to make the plays at the end of the game. Got to make the plays at the end of the game. So, got to make those plays. My man, James Richards. Let's talk about the Steelers game last Thursday. If they won, yeah, they won. So, you know they won, but I was going on about the refs. I'm going on about the refs every game. Every game. But we won. I'm not belly aching about them today. We won. Cowboys lost. Get it together. Get it together. Get it together. Yeah, I don't know, man. I get it. I know what you're saying, but you got to get it together. Got to make some more plays, man. They got to make more plays to win. It was tough. I get it. But I don't like this notion of people blaming Dak for the loss, getting on him for the loss, mad about him, saying he should have done this, done that. I'm like, I'm out. Not Dak's fault. Not Dak's fault. So Jerry Jones, my man Austin says, Jerry Jones can't hire a great coach. It's because he won't give them control of what they want control over. That's why. Once he decides to do that, then he'll have a great coach, but he's never going to do that. He's never going to do that, man. So let's move on. Let's get to our Q&A section. So the first thing, let's talk about this. Y'all know that we do Big B bets every Friday. We pick all the NFL games, and we pick a select few of college games, usually the bigger ones. College, we were 4-2. 4-2. Decent. Made some money. But in the NFL, we were 10-2 this week, people. We were 10-2. I told y'all to stick with me. If you stick with me, everything will be okay. Big B bets, 10-2. 10-2. The game we lost was the Rams, which I didn't know that Stafford wasn't going to play, but I'd already picked the game, so you don't get to change. And what was the other game that we lost? The Falcons. And the Falcons gave it away at the end. If the Falcons don't give it away and Stafford play, I don't know if the Rams would have won if Stafford played or not. But let's just say it would have been more competitive because Rippon had no business being on the football field. Man, that was terrible. But we go 12-0. 12-0. Just stick with me. Just stick with me. We'll make it work. So, Vincent Gonzalez, you don't want to hear me complain about the rest? I'm going to complain about the rest when it comes to the Steelers. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to complain. And whether you want to hear it or not, I don't care. I'm complaining. Refs stink. The refs stink. So, yeah, man, that's a good point over here. My man Scott over on TikTok. The Chiefs defense locked up Tyreek Hill. They locked up Tyreek Hill. All that talk that he was talking, oh, they're going to get this work. Yeah, they didn't get much work. They didn't get much work at all. So, Tyreek Hill, I don't know, man. And that's the thing about the Dolphins. Are we really concerned with the Dolphins? They don't beat good teams. Here's somebody over here, over on TikTok says it. Dolphins don't beat good teams. No, they don't. So, and they're blaming Tua. It's not Tua's fault. They just got locked up. The Chiefs defense was just better. It happens. Here's something spicy. Sam Howell is starting to look like he could be a franchise quarterback. My man Rob Johnson on YouTube. Sam Howell, yeah. Yeah, he's starting to look good. He's starting to look comfortable. Eric Bieniemy, he's doing his work. Here's what I'll say, and I said it earlier in the year. Look at Washington's offense, a terrible offensive line. Look what that offense is now doing, and look at the Chiefs after Bieniemy left. That's all I'm saying. It don't look the same, does it? The Chiefs offense don't look the same without Bieniemy, does it? So you can say it's all Andy Reid, but if you're saying it was all Andy Reid then you got to say it's all Andy Reid now that the Chiefs offense doesn't look very good. That's all I'm saying. Give Bieniemy his credit. Give the man his credit. Or give it all to Andy Reid and say it's Andy Reid that's struggling now. One of the two has to happen. I think you just give EB into the game. Got to make the plays at the end of the game. So, got to make those plays. My man, James Richards. Let's talk about the Steelers game last Thursday. If they won, yeah, they won. So, you know they won, but I was going on about the refs. I'm going on about the refs every game. Every game. But we won. I'm not belly aching about them today. We won. Cowboys lost. Get it together. Get it together. Get it together. Yeah, I don't know, man. I get it. I know what you're saying, but you got to get it together. Got to make some more plays, man. They got to make more plays to win. It was tough. I get it. But I don't like this notion of people blaming Dak for the loss, getting on him for the loss, mad about him, saying he should have done this, done that. I'm like, I'm out. It's not Dak's fault. Not Dak's fault. So, Jerry Jones, my man Austin says, Jerry Jones can't hire a great coach. It's because he won't give them control of what they want control over. That's why. Once he decides to do that, then he'll have a great coach, but he's never going to do that. He's never going to do that, man. So let's move on. Let's get to our Q&A section. So the first thing, let's talk about this. Y'all know that we do Big B bets every Friday. We pick all the NFL games, and we pick a select few of college games, usually the bigger ones. College, we were 4-2. 4-2. Decent. Made some money. But in the NFL, we were 10-2 this week, people. We were 10-2. I told y'all to stick with me. If you stick with me, everything will be okay. Big B bets, 10-2. 10-2. The game we lost was the Rams, which I didn't know that Stafford wasn't going to play, but I'd already picked the game, so you don't get the change. And what was the other game that we lost? The Falcons. And the Falcons gave it away at the end. If the Falcons don't give it away and Stafford play, I don't know if the Rams would have won if Stafford played or not. But let's just say it would have been more competitive because Rippon had no business being on the football field. Man, that was terrible. But we go 12-0. 12-0. Just stick with me. Just stick with me. We'll make it work. So, Vincent Gonzalez, you don't want to hear me complain about the rest? I'm going to complain about the rest when it comes to the Steelers. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to complain. And whether you want to hear it or not, I don't care. I'm complaining. Refs stink. The refs stink. So, yeah, man, that's a good point over here. My man Scott over on TikTok. The Chiefs defense locked up Tyreek Hill. They locked up Tyreek Hill. All that talk that he was talking, oh, they're going to get this work. Yeah, they didn't get much work. They didn't get much work at all. So, Tyreek Hill, I don't know, man. And that's the thing about the Dolphins. Are we really concerned with the Dolphins? They don't beat good teams. Here's somebody over here, over on TikTok says it. Dolphins don't beat good teams. No, they don't. So, and they're blaming Tua. Not Tua's fault. They just got locked up. The Chiefs defense was just better. It happens. Here's something spicy. Sam Howell is starting to look like he could be a franchise quarterback. My man Rob Johnson on YouTube. Sam Howell, yeah. Yeah, he's starting to look good. He's starting to look comfortable. Eric Bieniemy, he's doing his work. Here's what I'll say, and I said it earlier in the year. Look at Washington's offense, a terrible offensive line. Look what that offense is now doing, and look at the Chiefs after Bieniemy left. That's all I'm saying. It don't look the same, does it? The Chiefs' offense don't look the same without Bieniemy, does it? So you can say it's all Andy Reid, but if you're saying it was all Andy Reid then you got to say it's all Andy Reid now that the Chiefs' offense doesn't look very good. That's all I'm saying. Give Bieniemy his credit. Give the man his credit. Or give it all to Andy Reid and say it's Andy Reid that's struggling now. One of the two has to happen. I think you just give EB his credit and keep it moving. So keep it moving. Keep it moving. Give the man his credit. I like that, Rob. I appreciate it. Hey, by the way, anybody over on YouTube, man, if you're just in here and you're listening, I appreciate it. Please go ahead and subscribe to Big B Sports Talk. Please go ahead and subscribe. You know all the access you get. Access to interviews, podcasts, all that good stuff. Come on over, man. I appreciate it. So, Gwendo says the running game in Kansas City doesn't look the same. Yeah, it kind of does. Here's a good one. Christopher Polanco. The Bills with 68 rushing yards, 44 of them by Allen. Not going to win many games that way. Hey, Mr. Polanco, I've been saying it for 2 years. Hand the ball off to running backs, please, Buffalo. Will you please hand the ball off to running backs? I don't understand why they won't do it. I just don't get it. They will not. And I'm not saying that James Cook and Murray are, Derrick Henry. I'm not saying that. But they are serviceable running backs. More than serviceable running backs. They didn't give them a chance. They had a total of 8 carries yesterday. You're not winning like that, man. You're just not winning like that. Horrible. You're going to end up getting your quarterback hurt wanting him to play hero ball. That's not how it's done. So, I don't know. I just, Buffalo's falling apart. Y'all tell me. Let me know what you think. I think Buffalo's falling apart. I think Buffalo is going to get a new coach after the season. I think McDermott has hit his ceiling. And I think they're going to trade, or they should trade Diggs, blow it up, and start all over in Buffalo. That's my personal opinion. Sorry. That is my personal opinion. Buffalo's not getting any better. Look at Gabe Davis. And people keep talking about, well, Gabe Davis this. The man is living off of a playoff game from 3 years ago against the Chiefs. Gabe Davis is an average receiver at best. Who's on the other side of it? Not winning like that, man. They're not. They're not going to win like that. I just don't get it. I don't get it. That's what I think. You got to trade Diggs and start over. Start over. Get you some more draft picks. Start over. Get you some better offensive linemen. Because if not, I don't know. Doesn't look good. And yeah, Allen is the turnover king. Allen is absolutely the turnover king. That is a great point. And thanks for the gift, man. I appreciate it. My thing is, how long are we going to give Josh Allen a pass for being the turnover king? How long does he get a pass? TikTok. How long are you going to do it? I just, at some point, it's got to stop. At some point, it's got to stop. I know we want to force feed him into the top 5 quarterbacks, and I get it. He's very talented, but he doesn't have to turn the ball over as many times as he does. He can make a play at the end of a football game to win. I don't know. I don't know. At some point, we got to stop giving the man a pass. So, what do I think about Pete Carroll? Said somebody on TikTok. Uh, that was embarrassing. Pete Carroll should be embarrassed. That whole organization should be embarrassed after yesterday. That was ugly. That was ugly. So, that was ugly. I mean, I thought, I didn't think they were going to win, but I thought the game would be competitive. It wasn't even competitive after the middle of the second quarter. The game was over. Man, just ugly. Ugly football. So, will the Raiders offer the job to Antonio Pierce? Here's a question, you guys. Did you all see the Raiders locker room after the game yesterday? Did y'all see the locker room? Man, they acted like they won the Super Bowl. They must have wanted McDaniels out of there so bad. They literally acted like they won the Super Bowl. That was nuts. That was absolutely nuts. Uh-oh. Super chat alert. My man Kevin K. I did great with your picks, but I wasn't against you on Chiefs and LSU. You were right. I tried to tell you. LSU ain't beating Alabama, and the Chiefs were winning against the Dolphins. Think of what you could have done if you just 2 games could have made all the difference. Stick with me, people. Stick with me. That's all I'm saying. Stick with me. So, yeah, Mr. Dirty Sanchez, they were rocking in that Raiders locker room after the game. It was a party. If y'all haven't seen it, go check it out, TikTok. Go check it out, YouTube. If y'all haven't seen it, go look and find you Raiders locker room. Go look it up. They were having a party. So, man, absolute party. Look here, Mike DeRuler. We were wrong about USC. I have no idea why it took so long for them to get rid of Alex Grinch. I have no clue. I mean, none. Absolutely horrific. He should have never got the job coming from OU, how bad he was. He definitely shouldn't have been brought back. And it cost him an opportunity for the college football playoff. It cost him. So, James Richards thinks that Jim Harbaugh will be the Raiders' next coach. He might be. If Antonio Pierce can get those guys to play, I'm not opposed to giving him the job. And everything that we saw yesterday, they look like they want to run through a wall for Pierce. So let it play out. There's still a lot of football left. So let it play out. But I do like that approach, Harbaugh, because I think Michigan is going to get in some trouble. What do y'all think? Do y'all think Michigan's going to get in some trouble? I think Michigan's going to get in some trouble. It may not be crazy. They might be on probation for 3 or 4 years. Harbaugh will get a show cause. He can't coach 5 or 6 games or something like that. But they're going to get something. And Harbaugh, I think, is just done with the NCAA, and he's going to move on. So I like that's spicy, Rob Johnson, over on YouTube. He said Harbaugh to the Chargers. That's spicy. I like that too. That is definitely spicy. So I like it. If the Jets win tonight, watch out. Yeah, the Jets are, Gwendo, the Jets are one of them sneaky teams. They're one of them sneaky teams. And I actually think they can beat the Chargers. I think they do. So it'll be interesting. That's who I got tonight. I'm going with the Jets over the Chargers. What do y'all got? TikTok, YouTube? Jets over Chargers? Chargers over Jets? Who do you got? I like the Jets tonight. Brandon Staley is one of the worst coaches in the history of the NFL. He's an analytical nerd. I'm done with him. I'm done with him. Chargers at 3.5. That's ugly. That's ugly. That's ugly. So yeah, I like the Jets. Here's a question over here. Big B. Can you mark down that I said Washington to the playoffs on this day? Okay. November 6th. My man Gino is saying Washington to the playoffs. Spicy. Spicy. I like it. I like it. And it's weird because you thought that Washington had given up on the season. They traded both their defensive ends. Huh. We'll see. We'll see. Broncos are beating the Bills. I think the Bills are finished. I don't think the Bills are going to make the playoffs. I don't think the Bills are going to make the playoffs. What do y'all think? I don't think they are. I think the Bills are finished. I think the Bills are finished. I don't think they make the playoffs. So, hey, the Lions got the NFC North on lock. Yeah, well, until they play somebody else, apparently that's any good, then they get their head beaten in. So, yeah, I think the Bills are finished. Bills are finished. They got to start over. Does Pittsburgh make the playoffs? It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for my Steelers to make the playoffs. We got some tough games. Now, we should be able to beat the Packers this week. We still got 2 against the Bengals. We got road games against the Browns and the Ravens. Hopefully, the Ravens will have clinched everything by then, so they won't be playing anybody, and we can get a win. So, but it's going to be tough for the Steelers to make the playoffs. Not impossible, but tough. But we still got winnable games out there, though. We still got winnable games out there. And again, anybody that's on that in YouTube, I appreciate it. If you're not already subscribed to Big B Sports Talk over on YouTube, please subscribe. And for everybody that's on TikTok and YouTube, remember, Big B Daily Show, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Time. Come and check us out. Now, I do have an announcement, though. I am having some minor knee surgery tomorrow. So, no show tomorrow and probably no show for the rest of the week. I apologize in advance. I've been running from this knee surgery since I played at K-State 26 years ago. I've been running. I don't know if any of y'all ever got gout. I finally got me a bout of gout. It put me on my ass, and knee surgery it is. So more than likely, I will be out for the rest of the week. So I apologize, number one. So, but other than that, hopefully I can make it back by Friday. That's when I'm trying to get back, man. I want to get back by Friday so we can figure out some picks. I got to get my pick. Yeah, I mean, so we'll get it figured out, though. We'll get it figured out. Yeah, I got meds for the gout, bro. Trust me, I did that. But I got it so bad that I got a torn meniscus. And it attacked my meniscus so bad that my knee blew up like a grapefruit, and it will not go down without the surgery. So it's all good. It's all good. So it is all good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. But I just want to let y'all know, if you don't see me for a few days on TikTok and on YouTube, I didn't abandon you. So don't abandon me. Don't abandon me. Come back. I'll be here for you. Just give me a few days to recover. I'm going to give me some of them good drugs to get on. Not just pain meds. I apologize, TikTok. I apologize, YouTube. It's just pain meds so I can get over my surgery. Don't kick me off. Don't kick me off. So we're all good. We're all good. Boom, 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 boom. All right. I appreciate y'all's support, man. Thank you. Thank you. We'll be all good here. But you know what? Uh-oh. My man Kevin K comes through with another super chat. Texas secondary exposed TCU, Tech, and Iowa State left. Do you think they win out? Yes, Texas is going to win out. Texas is going to win out without question. K-State gave that game away against Texas. They gave it away. And it just simple. They gave it away. Even with the horrific play calling and the horrific plan that they had going into the game, K-State should have won the football game and gave it away. Sad. Sad. I was so mad. Sad. So, Dirty Sanchez, my man. Minor setback, set way for major comebacks. You're damn right, brother. You are damn right. And we are going to come back better than ever. Just give me a couple days. I'll be back. I'll be back. So, y'all know what we do on Tuesdays, though. TikTok, don't you? YouTube. You know what we do on Tuesday. And we are not able to do that today. Uh-oh, hold on. Super chat coming through. My man Dakota Billings. Brother, the Seahawks. Crossing your fingers for Bo. Hey, man, you better hope. Because Geno Smith is finished. That was despicable what the Seahawks did yesterday. Despicable. Just despicable. So, do you guys know what we do on Tuesdays? The old fraud of the week. Old fraud of the week. And since I'm having surgery on Tuesday, guess what we get to today? Fraud of the week. Now, let me have it. Let me have it. Who do y'all think should be fraud of the week? Who should it be? Who should it be? We got Hawks, the Dolphins, OU losing the last Bedlam game. There's somebody, yeah. Who should be fraud? The Cowboys. I don't think the Cowboys are fraud of the week. Not this week. Not this week. Tyreek Hill running his trap and doing nothing. Pete Carroll. Who do we got? Fraud of the week. USC. Although I don't think we ever thought USC defense was any good. So, Buffalo Bills. I love it. I love it. I love it. Who do we got? Jim Harbaugh? No. Should Carroll be fired? No. That's crazy. Bills frauds of the week. I don't know, Dirty Sanchez. I don't know. I don't think the Bills, for the second week in a row, I think it's Oklahoma. I think it's Oklahoma. The last Bedlam game, supposedly. Out of the 118 times you've played, you won 91 games. You beat Oklahoma State 91 times. And then you go to Stillwater and lay an egg. I think it's OU. Am I wrong, people? Am I wrong? Is OU not the fraud of the week? I think it's OU. It's either OU or it's Tyreek Hill. It's either OU or Tyreek Hill. So that's what I think. Or, man, the Seahawks, yeah. The Seahawks have to be. The Seahawks got to be in there too. And I'm going to let you guys decide. The Seahawks, Tyreek Hill, or OU. Who's the fraud of the week out of those three? We'll do it for 30 seconds. I'll let you all throw it out there, and then we'll come up with it. It's not the Chargers. The Seahawks, trash. Tyreek. So people are saying that it can't be Bryce Young. OU, the Seahawks. Man, you can't be fraud of the week trying to win with Geno at QB. I'll agree with that, but the Seahawks were good. And I'm sorry, it's the Seahawks. OU's a close second, but it's the Seahawks. Kevin K says Seahawks and OU. I like that. Colin Klein, hate to say it. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. So the Seahawks and OU get fraud of the week. They get fraud of the week. Oh, prediction on, hey, what's going on, man? Prediction for the Dolphins. I don't think the Dolphins are very good. I think the Dolphins are overrated. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. I don't think the Dolphins haven't beat a good team all year. Anytime they had a good fight yesterday. I don't think the Dolphins are very good. I just don't. I don't believe the Dolphins are very good at all. So I think they're a mediocre team that when they play teams that aren't very good, they look really good. When they play teams that are, they don't look good. It's kind of been the Dolphins' thing for about 3 or 4 decades. So they got to figure something out. Yeah, I don't like the Dolphins. I'm out. I was in on the Dolphins before, but I'm out. I'm out. So I am out on the Dolphins. Yeah, man, let's talk about it. CJ Stroud, let's talk about him. Unbelievable game yesterday. Arguably the best game by a rookie quarterback in NFL history. They got something going in Houston. I don't know if it's going to be enough to make the playoffs because they don't run the ball enough or well enough anyway. And they're not going to win that division. They're not as good as Jacksonville, so it's going to be tough for them to make it. But I like what they're putting together, and CJ Stroud is the truth. Now, don't just be a prisoner of the moment type guy. He's been good all year. So I like CJ Stroud. I like him. Been good all year long. Not just yesterday. Now here's a team that needs a win in the worst way. Talking about NFL. The San Francisco 49ers. They got to get a win. They have fallen off a cliff. I told y'all about Brock Purdy. I told you. I'm not letting it go. Game pressure, and he folded like a cheap accordion. And that's what's happened. They got to get a win. They have got to get a win. So, man, my man Dirty Sanchez says Purdy is not it. So, we'll see about Purdy, man. I told y'all he wasn't going to be great, and he don't look great. The last 3 weeks, he hadn't looked great with some real game pressure. So, are the Bills in trouble at 5-4? Yes. The Bills are done. So, it's a wrap for the Seahawks. The Seahawks took that division. No, they haven't. I picked the Seahawks to win the division, but did you see the Seahawks yesterday? The Seahawks looked like a JV team out there yesterday. That was pathetic. That was absolutely pathetic what he put out there. So, all right, man, we're going to shut this one down for today. I appreciate it. Again, as always, TikTok, thank you guys for showing up and showing out. If you're in here and you're not following, please give me a follow. I'd appreciate it. And then click on the YouTube link in my bio and come subscribe to Big B Sports Talk over on YouTube. We would appreciate it. Thank you. You You get access to interviews, podcasts, you know, Hot Soup Fantasy Football Guru, LTB Sports content, a lot of different stuff that you don't get on TikTok. Come on over. I appreciate it. So remember, and if you're on YouTube, if you're not subscribing, please subscribe. So, as always, man, or not as always, like I mentioned, we're going to be out for a few days. I'm going to do my best to be back on Friday. I'm going to do my best to be back on Friday. Even if I got to do it from my damn bedroom, I may just do it from the bedroom and we'll go from there. So we'll figure something out, man. So we'll try to figure something out, but I'll be back. Don't forget about me. It'll be a few days. Just don't forget about me. Spread the word as always. So that's right. Hit that notification bell on YouTube, man. Always hit that notification bell. That'll let you know when we're coming on and when we got stuff coming out. Other than that, I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys for being here. And I will catch you guys hopefully later in the week. You guys have a good one. Aloha.